Good afternoon. I am Judge Deborah Thomas, and I am so glad that you are joining us this afternoon. I want to announce the expungement form, and that's today. All right, I'm going to leave the station. I'm not going to say running because I'm going to drive carefully. But the expungement form starts 1 o'clock. So when we go off the air today, you can head out the door and meet me at St. Paul Church of God in Christ, located on the corner of Finkel and the Southfield Service Drive. We're going to start 1 o'clock or as soon as I can get in the door thereafter. That's the free expungement form. We're going to give you instructions. We're going to give you the packet that includes the application. We're going to try to help you do this so you can do it for yourself. We're going to tell you what to say in court and what not to say in court. So again, 1 o'clock today, April 21, St. Paul Church of God in Christ, located on the corner of Finkel and the Southfield Service Drive. I will see you there. Now, I have a very interesting guest today. You know I love working with young folks and trying to help them do the things that they love to do that are positive in this community. And you know I go all over the state of Michigan. And this young man, Brandon Marcel.
Yes.
Yes. Is a flutist. Hip-hop flutist?
That's correct.
Okay, hip-hop flutist. And I ran into him, met him going through the Battle Creek area at a club a girlfriend of mine over that way owns. And I said, okay, let's bring this to Detroit. All right, let's give a little exposure. Now, Brandon, you are from Jackson, Michigan?
Jackson, Michigan, born and raised.
All right, and you started playing the flute when?
I started playing the flute rather young, maybe about 11 years old or so.
All right.
Just a flute sitting in the back of the closet at home. I had already played a couple of instruments, started with piano really young, started moving next to cello.
What's a cello?
That's the cello in the orchestra. When you see the guy sitting down and the
string instruments
between their legs, play the cello and really love the cello because of the tone of it. Of course, back then I didn't know all of that, but loved it. But moving into junior high and moving forward, all the kids were marching band, and it was marching band, and it was marching band, and everyone was moving around and moving.
And
I can't march with a cello.
Okay.
So had a flute at the house. I just picked it up and.
So you do wind and string instruments.
Wind and strings.
Are you still playing the cello also?
Still playing the cello. Actually looking for a professional cello now to get back. Not as well as I've been on the flute, but still on the cello.
Okay.
And still loving it, still enjoying it.
Now you said that you left Jackson and went to Atlanta.
Atlanta, GA.
All right. And what pulled you to Atlanta?
Well, I actually went there pursuing school. Attended Morehouse College.
All right.
Running track there, Division II school, and just wanted to get away from Michigan a little bit, go down south, get some great weather.
And did you play the flute while at Morehouse and while you were down in Atlanta?
Oh, certainly. And that's what really opened up the whole world of music to me because, of course, going to a HBCU, we've got the flag girls, we got the dancers, we got the steppers, and the whole marching band. So music just came right.
It was like an explosion of, love and opportunity.
Definitely. And that was actually the time that the movie Drumline was filmed down there.
Okay.
So I came down there right on the tail end of the Drumline, and so that whole marching band and music experience was really getting big in Atlanta, Georgia.
Who have you, that folks might know, what artists have you had an opportunity to play with, and who would you say you look at in terms of inspiration?
Okay. I'll first start. Some artists that I've been able to play with and maybe not even necessarily play with, but have had some interaction with and done some things. Some exciting things was back a few years back, I won a Nicki Minaj competition.
Ah.
Now, we all know I play the flute, but Nicki Minaj is a rapper. I actually just covered one of her songs, sent the video in, and was selected.
You can play rap, flute.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. You know, I'm from a whole different generation. I'm that Motown.
That was definitely really exciting. But some other artists I've played with was Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole. Okay. She does a music conference here every year in Detroit and around the country, so I was able to perform at her conference, and I was able even to go down to St. Louis with her and perform down in St. Louis at the big Kojic convention there that they have every year. Pastor Rance Allen has come to our church in Jackson there, and I've performed there. Ken Ford is a violinist who's always at the Essence festivals and whatnot right
Yeah.
out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm pretty sure we all know Mike Phillips.
Okay.
As a sax player who really gets down. And that's one of my big inspirations to go into the inspiration. Mike Phillips really changed the game for me. Hearing him play the sax years ago, playing it over hip-hop songs, cover songs, and just outside of the traditional straight-ahead jazz or, easy listening to say, hey, you can get busy.
So you
on this
you have a wide range then. You go from gospel to jazz to rap, rhythm and blues.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think of music as language. You have conversations with all kinds of people each and every day, and I'm sure as a judge you know that. So you got to be able to communicate and to be able to go into those different arenas and communicate fluently. You got to be able to do it.
My guest today is Brandon Marcel. He is visiting in from Jackson, Michigan, but he does get around. I got lucky and had him pulled him into Detroit today. A flutist and just a wide repertoire in terms of now. In addition to playing, you compose.
Oh yes, I do. Writing music up is pretty much second nature. When you're playing music, you're trying to fit into the song and fit into verses, and you're always creating music. So it's just basically second nature to go ahead and take those notes and write them down on some paper.
Now you did bring a CD, right?
Yes, I did.
I wonder if we can get that CD to play for a few minutes so folks can hear some of what you do.
Yes.
All right. For those of you who just tuned in and who is that? My guest today is Brandon Marcel. He is a flutist. That was smooth.
Oh yeah, and that is one of the reasons why I actually later found out I really love the flute, and I get that compliment. People, it's not a time goes by that I play that people don't say that was so smooth
That was
or that was so
smooth.
soothing. So that's the nature of the flute that I like, that it actually pierces the soul. My mantra, my title is Soul Rockin' Flute.
Soul,
And so I
rock,
say
and
I
flute.
can get into there, rock it, shake it around.
Now you have, for those who want to hear more, see you perform more, what have you, you got a website?
Oh, definitely. You can reach me at BrandonMarcel.com. That's
Okay, just
BRANDON.
run that down so fast nobody can be able to get it and write it down at all.
BRANDONMARCEAL. That's the difference in that Marcel. BrandonMarcel.com. On that website, that's my personal website there. I have a few albums on there, all free. Everything's free. Everything's just there for you to download, listen to, and enjoy. It's streaming there. I
But if
have,
someone would like to, because at this point, what you're looking to really expand all over Southeast Michigan and beyond, going into Chicago even.
yes.
So if there's some folks out there got a band, they want to add a little different sound to it, how do they get in touch with you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, right from my website, you can reach me there at BrandonMarcel.com. I have contact information there, as well as I'm all over the social media. We know we have Facebook and Twitter, with my handles being Soul Rockin' Flute, SOULROCKIN Flute.
Soul, rock,
Rockin',
in,
rockin'.
rockin'. Okay,
Soul rockin'.
R-O-C-K-I-N,
Oh, yeah.
rockin'.
Soul Rockin' Flute.
Soul, rockin' flute.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and if they put that in, they can get you
They
on.
put that in, it'll pop up. Also, you can type my name or type that into YouTube and actually see several. I have about 100 videos on YouTube.
Okay.
So I have lots of videos where you can actually see me perform. And as we heard from that piece there, it's a more soothing, soft nature. But like I said, I can do it all. So I can, you hear the flute and you think it's just going to be this quiet, put me to sleep. But I can play some things that can.
Okay,
make
so
it-
for that young crowd, because you see, I was like flute rapping. Okay, so for that young crowd, all right, what you got for them?
oh, let me see.
What you got?
I got a little, I think they pretty much know Hotline Bling,
Hotline Bling.
Drake.
You
That's a
know,
song that they recognize.
it's so wonderful to see our young people being able to do something of this nature. I see a lot of young people on my job, and they'll say they're interested in music, and I'll say, "Oh, do you play an instrument?" And they'll say, "Well, I rap." Do you read music? I rap. And if you are able to back that up by being able to play an instrument, to be able to read music, and as you said, you even write music.
Yes. With music, you have to go the full spectrum. I mean, a lot of our younger children and young people see rap, and they just see the things that are on televisions that is fed to them. But I'd really ask them to go out and look deeper. I mean, playing an instrument, I never knew how much joy this would bring me over my entire life. I mean, there is not
Now,
a
you're
day.
that old. How old?
I don't know. I'm just over 40.
Okay.
So there's not a day that I don't want to play my
You've
instrument.
been playing a while then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I'm playing with passion because it's not a 9 to 5 per se that I have to go clock in, but just something that I want to get up and continue to pursue.
Now you have played. What type of venues do you perform in? You do weddings, receptions.
Several venues. I mean, wherever you need music, I can be there.
Okay.
Some of the major events that I do are the weddings, the receptions, the cocktail hours, the retirement parties, the anniversary dinners. Not so much all the time background music, but the mingle music, as well as being featured at different graduations and open houses and whatnot.
And what's the club you play in over in Battle Creek?
There's an excellent club in Battle Creek. It's called 303 West Network Eatery.
Yeah.
That's in 303 West Jackson Street there in Battle Creek, Michigan. And
It's
it's
a
owned.
nice
Oh yeah, great place. It's
club,
owned
nice,
by
yeah.
a wonderful woman, Reba Harrington,
Yeah.
who's put this place together for the community. Put a lot of hard work into that place, and it's just a great place in Battle Creek that
It's a nice venue. I've
folks
been
can
there
come
several
to.
times.
hear some great music on the
Are you
weekends.
playing in Jackson?
I do play in Jackson. I haven't played in Jackson as much. It's a small town, maybe years back, but being so small, you don't want to just repeat and everybody say, oh, that's Brandon. I've heard him before. But I get out with the downtown development and the different things that the Chamber of Commerce is doing there. We have Jammin' in Jackson, which is something they put on every Thursday in the summers where different artists come out and play at the local parks. And
Now,
lots of
I
events.
have, we do the Detroit Black Music Awards every year. And we're talking about your performing as part of that program. That's always the first Sunday in August, where we highlight not necessarily new talent, but maybe newly known to Detroit. And so we're looking at bringing you back in August as well. So I'm hoping that all of that works out. If there are some folks that are got a little band and they want to add on, you say go to your website?
Oh, yeah. Again, you can reach me at brandonmarcel.com. There's contact information on there, and that's what I'm really looking to do more. I've done a lot of freelance work where I go out and I'm doing this one-man band thing, and I think a lot of musicians start that way, where they're going out. And with technology now, you can pretty much do that with the iPads and all the background tracks, and if you're not in the room, you would think an entire band was there. But I'd really like to get out more and do a little more public playing and get out more into the public instead of just these private events, which I totally enjoy. But to really get the music out there, like you say, we have so many kids that are just rapping and are singing, and I don't like to even just say just, that are rapping, that are singing, that are doing those things, but I would like to expose this instrument and other instruments to them to let them know that there's a whole world of this. And as you can see, there's not a lot of competition. You're not going to say, hey, I saw 13 flute players yesterday.
That's true.
So this is an
That's
instrument
true,
you can get out
especially
and enjoy.
African American, even more so. If you have a question or a suggestion for my guest today, Brandon Marcel, give us a call. If you know of an event that's coming up, a competition, something that he might want to participate in, give us a call. If you're interested in learning the flute and you want to know from somebody that's been playing for over 20 years now, give us a call, because this is our opportunity to open the doors of Detroit. Competition really tough, folks. Is it hard to get in, break in?
Well, I won't say it's hard to get in, no, but there are lots of musicians. There's lots of musicians. There's a lot of love for music out there. And so you have to be passionate about what you do, and that's just anything in life. If you're not passionate about it, believe me, there's someone that's a little bit more passionate about it, that's taking those extra steps to pursue getting better work, better jobs, better spots. So just be passionate about what you're doing, which I'm extremely passionate about it. And as far as the competition, I don't really like to see it as competition either. I like to always say, just bring your creativity. It's creativity. It's not like you're going to get more points than me and we score at the end of the game. Just bring creativity and come out there and play and enjoy and share what you have.
Musicians are always looking for new. New music. So do you find that but because you write, that that's an avenue that you may get more pull, more interest, because folks are always looking for something new? I have a family member who, although he performs, he actually does more in terms of writing music.
Yes, and that's the area I have been into for the last several months. Is we were somewhat familiar, I guess, with rap or whatnot. We say we have ghost writers, which means a rapper is the rapper that you see actually didn't write the rap that he's rapping. Someone else has written it and he's just saying it. So I've been writing music and sliding music over to other musicians and doing some behind the scenes work. So really trying to big that area up and completely composing.
And sometimes that's really where the money is. Okay, that's really where the money is. All right?
That's why I've been stuck. I won't say stuck, but you can kind of get comfortable, and doing some behind the scenes. And I just really think it's time to get out in front of the scene, in front of the camera now, and do a little more performing and getting this instrument out there. I say hip-hop flutist. Hip-hop, all the big songs, all the major #1 Billboard top 10 songs have some sound of a flute in it.
Yes.
They've always got some sound of a flute in it, I've noticed, and it's the flute has been kind of like hip hop's go-to instrument. And so it's been more of a digital or computer flute. So I'm like, hey, let's put a live instrument to this. So me coming out, I'm saying, hey, let me become the face of this flute. Let me get out here and perform. And
So with all of the experience in the writing, like you said, at some point you want to come to the other side of it as well.
yeah, and with that is just everyone. It's a pursuit, it's a passion, but it's also a music business.
Yes,
And
that's
with music, you know, we have things where we say we've got streaming music and YouTube, and everybody can just burn a copy of a song, and no one's paying for music, and these different things are going on, and I think we get so comfortable with music, we just think it's just there. But on my side of the table as an artist, I'm saying I've got to get into the studio and produce better music, better quality in terms of the technical quality of the sound.
Okay.
And that costs money and those things. And so that's why I want to get out, pursue more, and get people to see who I am. On my website, Brandon Marcel, I have a donate button. So if you feel free to donate. But I don't like people to just, I won't say I don't like it, but I don't want you to just feel like you have to give me money.
Because you can download your music.
You can download my music for free. I want you to be able to, the music that I have out there right now, to just get to it. But I found a site I wanted to mention to you, Patreon, which I'm catching up to. There's different crowdfunding formats out there. We've heard of Kickstarter and GoFundMe and those different things. But there's a site, Patreon, which I'm affiliated with, which will be going live on my website in about a week, where that is a place where you're more of a patron to the musician, where you can get on there, and it's basically
Is it geared primarily for musicians?
for musicians and different artists.
Okay.
For different.
It's so hard
yeah.
to be an artist, you know.
Oh my goodness.
It
It's-
is.
it's,
It is. I have several in my family, and it's economically difficult because you got to be able to support what you want to do, but leave time available to do what you want to do. And then all too often they don't discover you till you're not producing anymore.
Exactly. And so, I mean, with different sites like that, I want to get out there. It's saying, hey, if you enjoy what I'm doing, you like what I'm doing, then we can kind of be mutually beneficial to each other, and I can get music out to you, and you can help me get that music out to you. So I would ask anyone that is interested in that, just visit the website, check out the music, see what I've been doing, and maybe that's something you want to do.
All right, that sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. We I do want to get because I know the time will run on this. I do want to announce the forum again today, the 21st, at 1 o'clock. We will be doing another expungement forum. St. Paul Church of God in Christ, located on the corner of Finkel and the Southfield Service Drive. We will be doing another expungement forum, and as always, it's free. And we are going to give you information that you need. Maybe you don't need the expungement, but you might know someone who does. We're also, at the same time, going to be doing the federal pardons. Some folks, you know, you didn't catch a state case. You played with the big boys. You went for the federal. So we're going to be talking about the federal pardon aspect as well. Brandon Marcel, you came all the way in from Jackson.
Jackson, Michigan.
All right, and so obviously you willing to travel.
Definitely willing to travel. Always love to travel. I mean, I've always been, even as a younger child, loved to just see new places and new spaces.
All right.
This gives me a little bit of energy.
So at this time, your goal is, you know, you've got the website, you got Facebook, and people can contact you. What's that thing you were saying again? Something about rocking? What was that?
What was that?
The
Soul rockin' flute.
soul rocking flute.
Yeah.
Okay,
Soul
soul
rockin'
rocking
flute.
flute. And so people can get more information about you.
Yes.
Can reach out, and as you said, you told me you hear it once, you can play it.
Oh, I hear it, I can play it immediately.
Okay.
And that's what I really want folks to know. Just come by the website, brandonmarceau.com, listen to the music. This music on this website has been recorded by myself. I'm hitting the play button, running back to the microphone. I've been, really grinding and working at this, and it's a passion. I love to do it. It's not hard work at all for me, but it's I'd like to take it further. And so I'm just looking for folks that, love good music to come on out, check out the websites. My calendar's on there where I'm performing and playing at. I'm doing a Mother's Day event in Albion. Actually, I believe the date is May 14th.
Okay.
I'm there at the Bohm Theater, so I have the stuff on my website. Check those things out. Come on out and check me out. Soul, Rock, and Flute is my handles, or Brandon Marcel on the social media. And just check out the flute. People always say they hear it, but
We
they
get
never
ready
see
to
it.
go out. It's smooth. It's, that part of it, for my generation, we like that smooth, okay? Some of the other folks, like you say, you do the rock, you do the rapping, you do the beat for those who are into that, and all of it's music. And as an artist, I appreciate you, and I thank you for coming all the way over from Jackson.
Oh, I really appreciate you, Judge Thomas, for taking the time and having me on your show.
All right, now see the
Truly
rest
blessed.
of you in about a half hour at St. Paul Church of God in Christ on the corner of Finkel and the Southfield Service Drive. We're going to be talking about expungements. We're going to be talking about federal pardons. Come on down. I'd like to see your face in the place. And as always, I love you, Detroit.